They can try. I am live. I am live in the Dominican Republic. I'm gonna give you guys some time to join me. Okay, so I'm finally in. I got trick now. Technical difficulties because it's slower internet out here. Hi everyone, I'm Just Desire for Knowledge. Thank you for tuning in with me on my new show. Second time doing I'm Out and About Travels show. So Know Your Truth with Talk won't be aired this week. I just did a legal matters video about 15 minutes ago, so go check that out. That's also on Travels. I decided to utilize Dominican Republic as my forum and my discussion panel this last 2 weeks because I figured the information was really good because not only for the Dominican Republic but for all Caribbean islands and countries that you are visiting. It's good that when people do visit that they give a heads up or a thumbs down on what is going on, the pros and cons, in case you plan to relocate or retire there, whatever the case may be. So I figured I'd come out with a part two of, and this video was done last week. Let's talk about it some more. And the other one is called Let's Talk About It, live in Dominican Republic. So this one is Let's Talk About It some more. The Dominican Republic live to pros and cons. And thank you for joining me. Subscribe, like, and share, please. This will get people that don't know me yet to get to know me and get the information that they may need. How about that one? I am what? Talk about it some more. Yeah. Thank you. Yeah. Thank you for that help, moderator. All right. So, like I was saying, thanks for joining. Please subscribe and definitely like. If you don't want to subscribe, can you like it so someone else that'll be interested in this? Wow. I'm not sure what that was, but um, they speed in the skies here too. That was very, very low. Anyway, so I hope that it's safe. But either way, so when you're going out into other countries and you stay long term or short term, it's good to know what you're going to get into. And I had just done a video where you're going to know the laws, basic laws that I've seen while I've been out here, and things that I thought you should know. And so we're coming to this part here again because it's an interesting place, interesting people, good food, even the expats. Expats mean the people that from the United States that came here to live permanently or half a year. We got Canadians here, we got Germans that come here, people across the states called expats. So the others are called foreigners. The expats are foreigners also, but we call them expats. Well, not we, they here call them expats because I don't live here. Not yet. If I did, it would be half a year or so. But either way, coming back to you with that. What? Oh, and lots of military. Yes. Matter of fact, we met someone yesterday as I was doing my video for today. It so happens I met a guy, the Army Travel guy. Is that the name? Go check him out. He knows a lot. I'm sorry? I can't hear you. Army Guy Travels. He's pretty good. He's thorough, and it's not just DR. He's traveling all over the world. God bless him. He's from the service as well. Nice guy. I'm glad I met him. Go join his channel because I'm not stingy and I don't have an ego. I share. I don't have to worry about competition because when it comes to competition, I don't worry about it at all. So I don't have a problem shouting out people that I think that other people should hear. If you're interested in the travels, because my show is not always going to be based on that. Um, Mine is based on a variety of things. So if you are interested, Army Guy Travels is really good. We was looking at it earlier, and it so happens that I had this prepped for today, and we met him last night at Flip Flops in Sosua. So check him out. And so I shall move on now because I'm going to be going out and about, and I'm going to try a casino tonight. I don't know which one, but hopefully I hit like I did the other days in the States, right? A few weeks ago. Anyway, so I'm going to talk first about in my notes, I put transportations. So in order to get transportation here, there's various ways of catching transportation. There's moto concho. I said it wrong last time. I'm so sorry to those that I said motorcades, but my moderator corrected me. Moto concho is the name, and those are the bicycles used, the motorcycles used um, by the natives, and they pick you up and drop you off, take you to your groceries, to supermercado, and which is a supermarket, and anywhere you need to go. That is one of the options you can get, or you can actually rent one for yourself, a motorcycle here. Mind you, like in the States, you have to have your licenses already. I'm not sure. I think you need to have a motorcycle license or a driver's license. I know you need a license. I'm not sure if it has to be specifically motorcycle because they want to make sure you know how to drive one, or ride one, I should say. So make sure you have a motorcycle license, or you can pick up a moto concho from the natives that drive around to make money for a living, which is really nice. If you're not scared of motorbikes, okay. And just like everywhere else, they are required for licenses. And then there's car rentals in town, which I prefer. They're cheaper than I would go with car rentals in town versus airport. And I'll tell you after I make this notation. They're everywhere indicating rent. How do you say it in Spanish? Renta? No. Why my Spanish is gone really bad. Venda, something like that. Right? Okay. Right. So I'm right. Okay, venda. And you'll see that because everything is usually, they will put, some people will put it in English, but if you see venda, that means that's being for rent. Okay. Um, and you rent those cars from the private natives here in the towns that you visit. And when you do so, like I said in my last show, you will definitely want to check out the paperwork, make sure it's updated so the Policía Nacional don't come and get you or take your car. But either way, those are the cheapest rentals ever. I mean, especially if it's a lengthy stay, because the airport rentals, it's horrendous. Let's say you're staying here a month, they'll charge you like $4,000 or $5,000 for a car. If you're staying here for a week, it's still going to be more than the average native that is native Dominicans that are rentals that are renting their cars to you. So your best bet, if you want to rent, you can do that. Do not rent from the airport. They are swindlers. They're going to charge you the max. Um, and those that can afford to and don't mind, then good for you. I'm not wasting my money when I could buy other things here. And anyway, another way is a cab, a taxi in America is called. You can get picked up on calls, or you can pick up on the street. If you're going to get picked up on the street, though, however, the con there would be a long waiting period because you got to wait outside in the heat. Sometimes they're available all over, and sometimes they're not. And then when you do wait and you get into a cab, you will be not the you won't be the only one in that cab. They will go pick up people along the way to make their money. I'm sorry, to make their money, huh?
Yeah, you'll be sharing it.
You'll be sharing it to make
Sharing it.
because they'll be making money from it for you. I mean for them. So that's their pro and your con because you're going to be with it. Let's just say a bunch. Let's just because I've seen this in the United States where there are like 4, 5, 6 people in the back seat. Well, that's what it will be like if you choose to pick up a cab on the street. So be very careful with that if you don't like a lot of people around you. And with COVID that just passed to us this past few years, some people will not want other people near them. So this is the warning. Do not go in the street and ask for a cab because you will get one, but you may have other passengers alongside. Depending on how far you're going, they're going to pick up other passengers as well. Now, if you want to um, rent a cab. You can actually, I've seen it, we've done it here, where a cab, um, one of our friends have done it here, I should say, because we rent. They will actually get a cab for the time being that they're there, a week, a few days, a month, and assign that cab person to them, so then there's trust. You'll get to know who that person is. That will be the only one picking you up for supermarkets, the beach, or wherever you need to go if you're not close by to a beach. And that's pretty cool. So you might want to consider doing that instead, because there are natives that will use their cab service as a personal car service to you, like an Uber. But I mean, every time that you go, you will use that person, not different Ubers. It's up to you, but it's really good when you stick with that one person. You get to know them, and then when you come back and visit again, instead of rental, that person will give you the discount, most likely, or whatever. But you get to meet people that you can trust here, and they'll tell you the island and where to go, where to eat, and things like that. Where the river, the Sweet River is, the beaches are, the mountains. You have someone that can actually be like your tourist guide. Am I right? So what's a
Yeah.
that's true, right? So like I said, if you're gonna pick up a cab, the pros is that they're gonna make the money, and that's just too bad. Not in a bad way, but it's a pro for them to get as much money as they can along the route where other people are looking for cabs. So you will definitely, it will be a con for you if you do not like more than one, two, three people the um, in the cab alongside you. And two, exchange of money. So I had to reverse this because I was told I was incorrect, and that's going to happen. But I thought the ATM banks would be the better part of exchanging money, just going in with your bank card. They'll put the money through in pesos from your bank account. However, there's a big fee on that, I heard, and you're continually going to the bank, the ATM, over and over for more money because they only give you limits. um, it's going to cost you more than going to an exchange. Again, do not use the airport exchange. The airport exchange is where you're going to pay top dollars again. Anything at the airport, refuse. Refuse their rental, and refuse the rental car rental, and refuse the exchange there. They really will cost you a lot. You can use American dollars here. That's the only thing that I know that I've seen that you can actually use here if you don't want to change to pesos, but you better make sure you know how to count. So you can use your Google, um, go to Google and look up the calculator. What's the name of it? Exchange for Dominican pesos calculator, and you'll see how much money that would be when you're using dollars, and even when you're not, because you want to know that you're not giving more money. They're not going to tell you. Some of them will. They'll say, "Hey, you paid me too much," and we'll go, "No, that's a tip." But if it's not a tip, some people won't even mention that you overpaid. Not being mean, but you're gonna have to look out for yourself. And certain people aren't like others. You got your honest and your dishonest, just like you have in the United States. In the states, what? Feed? Yes. What? Oh, peso versus, okay, USD. Look that up, calculator. Yay! Thank you, moderator. You so on point. I love having my moderator. He helps me so much. All right, and be smart about it, because the exchanges is really important on how much money you're going to be giving them versus how much money you get back, which is why you're going to want to go to a small village, I'm sorry, village, town, exchange people, and go to them first. Now, if you want to do it with your bank, that's fine, but just remember there are going to be fees, ATM fees, just like in the States, every time you go. When you go to exchange, you can get your one lump sum for the whole time being. Put it away in your safe in your hotel or in your Airbnb or whatever you do with it, and then you don't have to keep going back. This way, you have all your monies that you need for the time that you're going to be there. You should be doing this before you get here. How much money am I going to spend out there? And then you already know, so you don't have to keep going back and forth and spending ridiculous money on, because everything here is pretty cheap. So the rising costs of other things, I'll get to that soon. But like I said, warning: anything in the airport, do not go there for exchange or rental cars. They're going to exchange at the highest amount. So the two options you have is the bank ATM and the exchange with the native. They'll say exchange, actually money exchange, or you can don't go asking people on the street where can I get a money exchange. Just take your time. If you're at a hotel, you can ask the people there because you don't want people following you. It's not that bad here. There's no crime, but you don't want people to know you're on your own and you're here by yourself and you're going to get money. I mean, it's that easy. The same thing you would do in the States do here, because it's not more crime than anywhere else, like they stated on the news. Everybody's always, it's the same, if you ask me. Sorry, I need some water. It's not more outrageous than what we have in the States, so I don't know why people go crying about it. Just be aware. You're smart. You know to be aware of your surroundings. Basically, that's it. All right, and what? Let me get one, two. Hi, love you, girl. My niece. Thanks for joining. Thanks for supporting me, everyone. If I didn't say like, share, and subscribe, I am sorry. I just went into my second video just because I wanted to get this started right away. So, salutes to everyone from Dominican Republic. Thank you for joining Judge Desire for Knowledge. I appreciate all of you. And so, I was on the subject of exchanging of monies here and how not to be foolish to ask people, everybody, where can I find an exchange? No. As in the States, you're going to want to be a certain way where you're not going to let everyone know you're going to get your money right now. It's like going to the bank. Same thing. And there's not more threatening here than anywhere else. That's why a lot of people stay in their hotels. That's up to you. A lot of people have all inclusive. That's up to you. Some people need that, and some people, like myself, we like getting out and about. We even go to the hood. If you can't fight, I said in one of the videos, oh well, it is what it is. But we don't go to the hood to go to the hood. What I mean is, it's not a hood to me. It's a neighborhood, but it's one of the ones that people wouldn't go in. I don't look for it, but I like to see the cultures and see the people and take videos. They don't allow us too much videos here. I forgot to write that in my notes anymore. But I try to get what I can. But in Sosúa, what I'm hearing, that you cannot video the streetwalkers, the cabaretas. I'm not sure why they're ashamed now. I mean, it's all out there and you're giving it away. What are you scared about a tape for now? I don't get it. But chapadoras, I don't know their names. Walking women of the night and the day. They walk day and night over there. So basically, you can't film over there because it's disrespectful. I call them Jezebels anyway. The people that break up homes, marriages, love, things like that, you're considered a Jezebel to me. But either way, to each his own. I'm not putting them down. I'm a positive person. Right? Self-love, self-care. That's how you stay positive. Al Chapadoras. Yeah. It's the truth. They're ashamed and embarrassed now. I don't get that. But either way, let's move forward. Yeah, so some video taping, you're going to have to be discreet because the police are now taking I know they're never going to take my phone because I won't have it. But I think they fine you or something. I'm not sure. Do you remember? Oh, yeah. And the Sankey Panky are the men. Are the men. So basically, I haven't seen Sankey Pankies, but whatever that is, that's over in another area. But either way, I don't want to come get away from what I really wanted to talk about. So don't video in certain particular areas. Now, there has nice scenery, it's fine, but when you go to certain particular place where the streetwalkers, Jezebels are, you're not allowed. All right, so I'm going to move on to the exchanges is done. For those that want to move here or relocate, I should say, or come on a lengthy stay or even a brief stay, the internet speed, that's what we're going to talk about now. For those who are visiting, renting, or buying properties here, we should definitely make sure you purchase the highest speed available. Yeah, especially if you're working remotely. That's really required because I worked remotely here the last time I came and a few years ago too. And sometimes it will drop slow, but now they have picked up the speed on it, and we know that if you're staying somewhere, you can ask them if you want to pay more on high speed at that time you're there. If you're purchasing, you purchase high speed. Um, Whatever the case may be, if you're working remotely, the maximum speed is 114 megabytes upload and 578 download. I just got that information. Don't ask me what it is about because, see, my show is not based on technical information. I just want to give you the information that I researched and got. So, from the basic companies here. So, if you don't buy Max, you will have less speed, bandwidth, and all of that than what you need for remote. So um, that's the pro of it is get the Max, and the con is if you don't get the Max, then you probably can't work here remotely. Another con is if you're a gamer, you can't game in the Dominican Republic. And it's not funny. They're not up to speed yet. You will lose the game. So don't come here thinking that you're going to be able to do so. Unfortunately, that's the con. If you're a gamer, nope, it's not happening during your stay. Unless you're moving here, then you really never play again. I'm joking, but I'm sure by then they will definitely upgrade it to something that will actually accommodate the people, tourists, because they're going to want more of us out here spending our money and building the economy with them. Don't drink the water. Yeah. For sensitive skin, don't wash your face with the water either. Like myself, I bring my own bottle of a particular water brand I buy when I come here. Or you can use the water from the bodega, not the bodegas, there's no bodegas where I'm here. Supermercados, the supermarket, they also have water by the gallons. Depending on how long you stay, you got to go buy your water because it's like Mexico, undrinkable. So if you're renting or Airbnb, you will need to buy the gallon water depending on how long you're staying, or bottles of water. Do not drink the water at all because you will be in the bathroom. Um, it's like Mexico. Don't drink the water. You can't drink it here either. Um, you may want to get your water filtered if you're buying property here. Um, but if not, the I'm telling you, the water here by the gallon is $1. It's 5 gallons for $1 here. Is it $1? Oh, let me look at my notes. It's $1 for 5 gallons, right, Alfredo? Yeah.
I, yeah, yeah.
Oh, for $5. No, not $5. $1 for 5 gallons of water here, which is awesome. So you can just imagine um, how cheap it is to live here and relocate if you are or visiting. Um, and so since the water isn't filtered, you may look into that. And if you have sensitive skin, then you may want to um, have your own water for your face and your body if you have to do it that way. All right. Foods and the foods here are rich and fresh. They're really delicious, and they have good fruits. They're not GMO, but then we did see something that looked like it was GMO, so they may be starting that here. There is no preservatives or anything in the foods, so it tastes so much different and it's so delicious. Believe me. Um, they have fresh fish, poultry, meats, and so the warning here with the fresh foods is for the first week. If you're here for the first few days, you may need to pack some Pepto Bismol tablets. I bring it every time because then your body is going to adjust to the new food that it's a foreign object in your body, so it will flush it right out, and you may not be able to go anywhere with the diarrhea for a few days or even for a day. So what you do to combat that is you would just get the Pepto-Bismol and take the tablet when you feel that you're having an upset stomach. It's not that you've been poisoned. It's just this is your first time eating outside of what you normally would get in the food in the States. So please go get your Pepto-Bismol. An economy, everything is cheaper. The food, the clothing, and dining for two with drinks can run around $100, and that's with real good champagne. I We had that the other night. It ran us $100, great food, appetizer, and champagne, and it was $100. So fine dining here is awesomeness. Even if you don't do fine dining, you're just doing regular. It's even cheaper than that. I don't know fast foods over here, but if you are in Santiago or Santo Domingo, then the fast food would definitely be. I'm not sure cheaper, but why would I want to go get food that I can get in the States when I can actually have homemade cooking? I prefer that. That's why I grill a lot because I like home cooking. And so when I go out, I no longer buy fast food unless I have to. Oh, and shout out to my brother Saul, who just came over, and we're gonna go out and about later. So I better hurry up, right? Oh man, I'm having a good time. It's been 2 days rain here, and this is the first day that the rain has stopped. So I'm grateful. Hello, Saul. Anyway, so DJ Saul and DJ Buggin Hard are here. Okay, and so also I wanted to say about the food that's really good. You can't go wrong with any food here. Um, the dining in any part is up to you, what you like, what you choose. Languages, so primarily the language here is Spanish, and they have every right because they are Spanish. So most of them will not speak English, and that's okay, but they're learning. And so when you go out and about like I am, you're going to have to know a little bit of Spanish, use your translators, whatever it takes. It's just like the money. If you're not understanding, you got Google. So the natives here don't speak much of English, but the Dominican Republic has many foreigners here, and the languages here are German, French, Russian, Italian, Creole, Hebrew, and Yiddish is the ones I've seen. Yiddish, something like that. Sweden's, you know, I and Yiddish, Jews. Um, I've seen and heard all those languages here, and so I just wanted to include that when you do come and stay, that you have a lot of variety of people, including the expats from the United States. People are either here half a year, 3 months, or they just come a week or 2 weeks. But a lot of them have relocated here because of the surviving their pensions from the states, so that the states don't take their pensions, because some people cannot make it out there and get the same stuff um, as they can here, or any other Caribbean island, I assume. So you make your choice on that. I'm talking about the Dominican Republic right now. So on hotels and motels and Airbnb rentals, I just want to say the cost and effect is what to be considered when you choose, because at this point in time, to rent an apartment and in the Airbnb versus hotel stay, this depends on how long you will be in the Dominican Republic. For short term, you may want to do an all-inclusive hotel. That's smarter, because everything is done for you. It's paid already, food, drinks, etc. You got the beach, the pool, but most of the Airbnbs have that anyway. For long term, like 2 weeks or more, you may want to. It may be cheaper for you to stay at the Airbnbs. Of course, of your choice, whoever you choose, you're gonna need to know which one is affordable for you. So if you're going to be here 2 weeks, you would want to do one of those, because the hotels get quite expensive night, or I think they charge per night. or per week. Yeah, per night. It could be from 150 to 200 per night. So unless you're getting a deal with the hotels, if you're doing long stays, it's going to be very high priced for you, and Airbnb may be cheaper for you. The difference between Airbnb and the hotel is a like a living at home experience, your own environment where everybody's not, well, unless you're getting a condo. So it's like you're living in your own house, okay, apartment, I should say. It would cost you less to Airbnb if you're doing long term. That's what I know. And another option they have is the cheapest of all, and it would be renting long term an Airbnb for a year. Some people go and for monthly, and um, yeah, I'm sorry. Okay, sorry. So monthly, like I said, but the cheapest one is the motels, and they do have motels, which is a little less stars than the hotels, of course. Don't expect it to be ravishing and beautiful. These hotels are accommodating for overnight, which means the Jezebels, I mean, the Chaparetas are probably going there too. So you got to be careful with that. Hope to God they're cleaning them. But if you can't afford it, this is what you're going to get. A motel that is not going to be as lavishing as what you expect because they're not entertaining you for a week. They don't plan on entertaining you for a week, but I have seen people actually um, use motels as long term, and for them it's great. But that's a pro. But the con with that is not all of those motels have air condition. So the majority will not have air condition for you because they don't do air condition here like that. We Americans are the reason why they have the air condition because they don't like it. They don't care for it. So if you're gonna do a motel, it has to be based on this is all I can afford. You get what you pay for. It is what it is. And so if you see what it is when you get in there, it's too late. So you better want to check it out first. Make sure you check the reviews. Okay, I don't have time to read a lot because I'm sorry, my friends. I love you all. Have to be in the more what? A little bit. I'm sorry. The sun is making me not see the better hotels. Okay, yeah, that's true. Like there's places that you can go and try to find out which hotel works for you um, before you get here. I would, if I was doing that route. But I've seen people actually live in hotels like, before they build their homes or before they find out what they want to do. It's like renting an apartment. So, like at home in the States. So basically, they're going to stay in a hotel or motel for long term instead of Airbnb. I'm not sure why they don't, because some Airbnbs aren't long term and some are both long and short term. So based on your decisions on what you want to do, the hotel, the motel is the cheapest, so that's a pro. But the con here is you're not going to get the comfortability um, of beds. You don't know if it's going to be lumpy or whatever the case. The mattress works. You're not going to know that because motels don't update all their stuff like that. It's one night, get out, be bye. So you're expecting that, and if you're not, and they're going to get more money, of course they'll keep you there, but at the same time, you're going to get what you pay for. So let's say it's $25 because here is really cheap per night. That's what you're going to get. You're not getting breakfast in bed, so don't come here to the motels for that. You're gonna have to get up and go. The good thing is they have a lot of food in the towns. They have places close by and the supermarkets and stuff like that. Hopefully, in your town you go to, it will be. Sometimes on the beach they have open restaurants and stuff, and you can walk the beach and go and eat. And so that's a cool thing to do. But overall, the prices in properties and hotels and motels here are fair, but the prices are also going up on properties if you want to buy. It's still better than the States in comparison for rentals and ownerships if you want to own your own property. But the con is the prices are to buy these condos, houses, or apartments now are going up. The con here is you have to find out if these deeds actually are owned by an individual that is actually presenting it to you. Because not we've seen a lot of fraud being done, so you got to be really careful here. Because these not to I'm not calling them hungry, but they're not the United States. So if they can fool people, don't put your money down in one place. Do your research. And if you plan to do an Airbnb here, do your research. Make sure you're buying the right property. The property actually belongs to you. Um, because I've seen, and it's not even funny, that someone lost their land and they put up all their money that they retired on. And that's sad. And so I just want to warn about that part right there as well. And so be very careful. If you're going to go, act fast, but be smart because the prices are doubling now from the time that we've seen other people buy. So that's what we're being told. Also, um, the fine dining and restaurants that we mentioned earlier, prices dinner out is much cheaper and more quality of food and drinks than the states. Or and I wanted to say the type of restaurants here, going back to dining, are German restaurants. There's Jamaican, there's Japanese, there's Chinese, there's Italian, Argentine. We've seen that, and Mexican, Haitian, and Creole and Swedish. So they have those types of foods here as well. So you get a variety of food in the Dominican Republic. Medical and health care, this is important. Clinics and hospitals here do not accept insurances from out of state, or even if you live here, it's a cash only. If you need hospital care and you get sick here and you can't pay, um, they don't call the police here. They actually keep you like ransom. Oh man, that's not funny, but I pray I don't get sick. But I don't know how much the cost is. But like I said, it's still going to be cheaper than the United States medical or clinic. And if you don't pay, then you will stay. It's just to make it funny on the lights, pros and cons here. Like I said, the police don't come. They keeping you here until they get their money. And so there is a veterans hospital for those who are veterans. Please join your veteran hospital when you're going out to the Caribbean islands, because as far as this island, they do have veterans hospitals, so you're not going to have to worry about anything here if you're a veteran. Um, or you were. You must sign up online or here, and if you aren't a member already. But if you are, when you go, God forbid, if you're sick and you need the hospital, go to the Veterans Hospital. They'll already have the information in their in their log or whatever they call it. And last but not least, pharmacies. Now let me tell you about the pharmacies here. Wow, you won't believe this one. So the pharmacies here are great. I should say that you can actually you don't need a prescription here. Can you believe that mess? You don't need a prescription for medication. It's considered over the counter drugs. I can't believe it. Antibiotics. I think steroids too. I don't know. I'm just saying. Antibiotics, from what I saw, they have, what was the other one? Let me look at my notes. Painkillers and all the things that we pay for by a prescription drug. Majority of that is over the counter here. So you come here, you don't even have to go to the hospital. I guess with infections and stuff like that, with all the Jezebels running the street corners, and you're going to get infected, right? So, stop. Don't do it. But either way, these things are over the counter to help all the people that for whatever reason you get infections or stuff like that, be stung or whatever, and you need it, then you go there. They're pretty cool, the pharmacies that they have over the counter, and you don't have to sit and wait and pay a doctor to see them and their visit and then go and have to pay for this medication. You just go directly to the pharmacy, tell them what your problem is, and they like your doctor. That's what I was told. The only thing is on serious medications, then you would need to get, I'm reading what it was that you can do on regular refills. You can request a transfer to the prescriptions to a DEA pharmacy. So those are DEA pharmacies, which means Drug Enforcement something. I can't remember, and I'm sorry I didn't do my research on that. But
Administration.
oh yeah, administration. And they, if that is a DEA pharmacy, they will contact with your doctors and you can get your prescription sent over. Further information on that, I will link the just I will link a link to my description box below. I didn't do it earlier because I was trying to get everything done. So with that all in said, I thank you all for joining me today. I appreciate each and every one of you guys. Um, this is just Josiah for Knowledge. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. We are now adjourning. I'm out and about travels with Judge Desire for Knowledge. I forgot my gavel again. I'm on the run. It's so beautiful to be able to get out and keep going. But then you forget things. But I didn't forget my show and my peeps. So I love you all. Thank you. Have a great weekend. Be safe out there wherever you are. And make sure to like, share, and subscribe. And please come see me again next Saturday live and check my shows on Facebook, Instagram. I'll be going out and about. And I do have shorts too. It is what it is shorts. I'm out and about, travels, know your truth, real talk, and on legal matters, all belonging to me, the one and only Judge Desire for Knowledge. Ciao. See you soon.